Captain Lisa Martinez stared at the massive crystalline structure floating in space before her ship. The alien vessel looked like a giant jewel carved from pure starlight, its surfaces shifting between deep purple and brilliant gold. Her crew had been tracking this mysterious ship for 3 days across the outer rim of human space. The communication array crackled to life. A voice smooth as silk filled the bridge, speaking perfect English with an accent that sounded almost musical. "Human vessel, I am Queen Zara of the Veltharian Empire. I have been waiting for one of your kind to find me." Lisa exchanged glances with her navigator, Amy Brooks. They had heard rumors of the Veltharians, an advanced alien race that had never made formal contact with humanity. Some said they were incredibly beautiful. Others claimed they possessed technology beyond human understanding. "This is Captain Martinez of the exploration vessel New Dawn," Lisa replied into her communicator. "What do you want with us?" A soft laugh echoed through the speakers. "I want to propose a challenge to your species, Captain. Will you come aboard my ship?" Lisa felt her heart racing. First contact protocols demanded caution, but something about the alien queen's voice made her curious rather than afraid. "What kind of challenge?" "A test of your people's courage and intelligence. If you accept and succeed, I will share our most advanced technologies with humanity. Your species will leap forward by thousands of years in a single day." The bridge fell silent. Chief Engineer Katie Wells looked up from her console, eyes wide. "Captain, our scanners show no weapons on their ship. In fact, it appears to be generating some kind of protective field around us." Lisa made her decision. "I'll come alone." "Bring 2 of your crew members," Queen Zara said. "This challenge requires witnesses." 20 minutes later, Lisa found herself materializing inside the alien vessel alongside Amy and Katie. The interior took her breath away. Walls of living crystal pulsed with gentle light, and the air itself seemed to shimmer with energy. Plants from a dozen different worlds grew in impossible gardens that defied gravity. At the center of the vast chamber sat a throne, carved from what looked like compressed starlight. Upon it sat the most beautiful being Lisa had ever seen. Queen Zara appeared human in basic form but perfected in every detail. Her skin held a subtle golden luminescence and her hair flowed like liquid mercury down to her shoulders. Her eyes were the deep purple of nebulae, filled with ancient wisdom and playful mischief. She wore a gown that seemed woven from the fabric of space itself, dotted with tiny stars that twinkled as she moved. "Welcome, humans," Zara said, rising gracefully from her throne. She was tall, perhaps 7 feet, with movements that flowed like water. "You are braver than most species I have encountered." Lisa found her voice. "You mentioned a challenge," Zara smiled, revealing teeth like perfect pearls. "Indeed. My people have watched humanity for centuries. You intrigue us with your determination, your refusal to surrender even when facing impossible odds. We call this quality heartfire in our language." She gestured, and a pedestal rose from the crystal floor. Upon it sat a small black cube no larger than Lisa's fist. Strange symbols flickered across its surface like living tattoos. "This is a paradox box," Zara explained. "It contains a puzzle that has stumped the greatest minds of 100 civilizations. The challenge is simple. Open it." Katie stepped forward, her engineer's curiosity overwhelming her caution. "What happens if we fail?" "Nothing terrible," Zara assured her. "You return to your ship with my blessing and a small gift of basic technology. But if you succeed..." The Queen's eyes sparkled with something that might have been hope. "If you succeed, Captain Martinez, I will do something no Veltharian queen has ever done. I will marry outside my species and bind our peoples together forever. Humanity will gain access to all our knowledge, our star maps, our technologies. You will become the most powerful species in this galaxy." Amy gasped. "You would marry our captain just for solving a puzzle?" Zara's expression grew serious. "The paradox box is not merely a puzzle. It is a test of the soul. Only someone with true heartfire can open it. For 1,000 years I have searched the galaxy for such a being. If your captain can open that box, she will prove that humanity possesses something rarer than any technology, the ability to achieve the impossible through pure determination." Lisa approached the pedestal cautiously. The box seemed to hum with invisible energy, and the symbols on its surface moved faster as she drew near. She reached out to touch it, then hesitated. What exactly would this marriage mean? Zara's cheeks took on a golden flush. "Among my people, marriage is a joining of minds and souls, not just bodies. You would retain your humanity while gaining access to Veltharian longevity and abilities. Together we would rule both our species as equals, bridging the gap between human determination and Veltharian wisdom. The implications were staggering. Lisa would essentially become the most important human in history, forging an alliance that would transform her entire species. But first she had to solve a puzzle that had defeated countless others. She picked up the cube. It was warm to the touch and surprisingly light. The symbols swirled faster, creating patterns that seemed almost familiar. She turned it over in her hands, studying each face carefully. There are no moving parts, she observed. No buttons or switches. The solution lies not in manipulation, but in understanding, Zara said softly. Lisa closed her eyes and let her mind wander. What made humans special? What was this heart fire that Zara spoke of throughout history? Humans had achieved incredible things not through superior intelligence or technology, but through sheer stubborn refusal to quit. She thought about her own journey to this moment. Growing up on Mars Colony, she had dreamed of exploring the stars when everyone said it was impossible. She had joined the Space Force when they said women could not handle deep space missions. She had volunteered for this mission when others called it too dangerous. The cube grew warmer in her hands. Suddenly she understood. The symbols were not a code to be broken or a mechanism to be triggered. They were a mirror, reflecting the soul of whoever held the cube. The puzzle was not about finding the right combination or sequence. It was about refusing to give up. Lisa gripped the cube tighter and spoke aloud, her voice ringing with conviction. I don't care how impossible this is supposed to be. I don't care that others have failed. I am human, and humans don't quit. The symbols blazed with brilliant light, and the cube began to dissolve in her hands like sugar in water. Where it had been, a small crystal flower now rested in her palm, its petals made of pure starlight. Zara clapped her hands together, her face radiant with joy. Heartfire, she whispered. True burning heartfire. Captain Martinez, you have just solved a puzzle that defeated the greatest minds of the Andromedans, the Christarch Collective, and even the ancient builders. Lisa stared at the flower in her palm. That's it. That's the solution. The paradox box can only be opened by someone who refuses to accept that it cannot be opened, Zara explained. It tests not intelligence, but the strength of will that drives someone to attempt the impossible. Your species possesses this quality in abundance. Amy and Katie looked at each other in amazement. Their captain had just won humanity an alliance with one of the most advanced civilizations in the galaxy. But Zara was not finished. She approached Lisa, her movements graceful and deliberate. Now comes the second part of our bargain. Will you accept my proposal of marriage? Lisa's mind reeled. This beautiful, powerful alien queen was offering not just her hand in marriage, but the future of humanity itself. It was overwhelming, terrifying, and somehow absolutely right. I accept, Lisa said simply. Zara's smile could have lit up entire star systems. She leaned down and kissed Lisa gently on the forehead, and suddenly Lisa's mind exploded with new sensations. She could feel Zara's thoughts touching her own, and beyond that, the vast network of consciousness that connected all Veltharians. The bonding has begun, Zara said softly. When we reach my homeworld, we will complete the ceremony before both our peoples. But for now, let me show you what humanity has gained. She waved her hand, and holographic displays filled the air around them, star maps showing thousands of inhabitable worlds, technology schematics that would revolutionize human science, and most importantly, the location of resources that would ensure humanity's survival for millennia to come. Your people will never want for anything again, Zara promised, and together we will explore regions of space that neither of our species has ever seen. Lisa felt tears streaming down her face as the magnitude of what had just happened hit her. She had left Earth 3 months ago as a simple explorer. Now she was returning as the future queen of an interstellar empire. But more than that, she had found something she had never expected to find among the stars: love. As she looked into Zara's ancient wise eyes, she saw not just political alliance but genuine affection and respect. When do we begin? Lisa asked. Zara took her hand, and Lisa felt the warmth of connection flowing between them. We already have, my dear captain. We already have. As the new dawn prepared to escort the Veltharian ship back to human space, Lisa stood on the bridge with her new bride-to-be beside her. The future stretched out before them, full of possibilities that no human had ever dared to imagine.